Kia ora. My name is Sanaya. I'm 22 years old and I'm happy to share with you my story as a member of the inaugural cohort of the Creative Futuring for Health project. When I look back to 2020, I can't believe it's been 10 years. You could definitely say it was a super challenging time. I was 12 and we were all going through COVID in our different ways. For me, I was definitely quite anxious about not doing well at school. But it was a rough time for everyone really. My parents were facing constant unemployment, the COVID-19 crisis. We didn't feel safe, and even after lockdown, when we went back to school, it was really tough to focus and take school seriously, or think about what I was going to do next. It makes sense that so many kids were depressed, with not much hope and very little motivation, just more of the same. It was so different for my grandparents. It seems weird to think that in the old days, people got a job after school and that would be their job for life. They bought a house and all that. Definitely changed for my parents. Both worked really hard for years to pay off debt, but did they have the jobs that they studied so hard for? So they certainly couldn't afford a house here in Auckland. My parents didn't complain though, and I really respect that. But it wasn't bad, of course. The thing I loved to do most was video gaming. Any chance I had, when I could, I spent my time playing. And that's why I didn't mind when my parents sent me to the holiday program, Creative Futuring. That's when the game changed for me. I loved the Creative Futuring for Health program. Such an awesome whānau. There we could dream and make our dreams reality. Working with people who were making a difference in our community. Accessing cutting-edge tech and expert creative thinkers. They made it so cool to hang out, and we all met people who listened to us. Listened to our ideas for making the world a better place. For me, that opened up a curiosity for video games and gardening as a way to help my community with new ideas to improve health. I started up Greencraft there. With tutors, we created and designed the future of community gardens. With a little technology and a lot of imagination, we had a lot of fun and realized that we could make a difference. We presented our projects to the local council, and then the Prime Minister heard about it. And then they all came. In many ways, those experiences changed my life. A few years later, I was helping the team set up Creative Futuring across Aotearoa and overseas. You can see why it went massive, viral. It changed all after-school and holiday programs in the country. Daycare took on a new positive meaning, developing life-changing ideas and skills. Kids caring for themselves, for others, for the world, through health innovation. Looking back to 2020, 10 years ago, it's so obvious that the skills we learned in this AUT program help us think differently about the health of our future. The tech was amazing, of course, but honestly, the best thing about the workshops was the community that we formed and the confidence in our creativity, and the drive and motivation to help our community. The friends I met all those years back today lead very interesting projects. Hydroponic gardening, food safety, citizen science, and heaps of climate activists too.
Welcome to the project Creative Futuring for Health with South Auckland's Youth. Sanya's words represent a view from the future, looking back at the impacts that this project could have in the next 10 years. A project like this calls for a cross-disciplinary team. I'm Amabel Hunting, a senior lecturer at the School of Art and Design. I'm passionate about transformational educational experiences, especially those that empower young people to create their own future.
I'm Baruch Jacob, Capability Lead at the Sudden Initiative, where I support teams to design for systems change. I care deeply about supporting people who design equitable systems and disrupt inequitable ones.
Hi, and I'm Ricardo Sosa, Associate Professor at the School of Future Environments, and I'm driven by the type of learning that transforms life and working with people to realize their creative capacities.
Hi, I'm Andrew Gibbons, Associate Professor at the School of Education. I research the intersections of play, wellbeing, technology, and subjectivity for the future of education.
Morena, I'm Loic, Senior Lecturer at the School of Public Health and Interdisciplinary Studies. I'm passionate about developing and applying participatory approaches and tools to give a voice to people in both the production of knowledge and the decision-making process.
Today, young New Zealanders face significant challenges as they grow up in increasingly difficult times. Recent research shows that nearly half of young adults experience loneliness and are concerned with the cost of living, suicide, and their mental health. Research also shows that some New Zealand youth are exposed to domestic and social environments that can really limit their opportunities. Some find positive influences and role models in the extended family, friendships, whānau, school, church, sport, or other community groups. But for far too many, their perceptions of self and their world mean that their future is largely predefined for them. Creative Futuring seeks to create opportunities to grow the skills and dispositions for youth to imagine and change their future.
A critical developmental stage is the age of 12 to 13, when a child transitions to secondary school. Our proposal is to fund Creative Futuring, a holiday program in South Auckland aimed at this age group that will combine creativity and technology to help them reimagine responses to health and well-being issues in their community. Over the week-long program, students work with an industry partner on a critical health issue. They reimagine this issue, drawing on their interest in making, animation, storytelling, music, coding, gardening, reuse, and repair. Creative Futuring develops critical thinking skills, grows creative capabilities, and creates opportunities for children to feel confident, imagining different paths and healthier futures. At the end of the week, the young people showcase their projects to the industry partners and members of the community. Our industry partners also get the creative input of young people on challenging social issues, an area where their voice is largely absent.
Creative Futuring projects are designed, implemented, and evaluated in collaboration with members of the community, tutors, and the young makers themselves. Over the next 3 years, this program will grow our understanding of creative and critical technology activities that cultivate students' self-determination and agency. As we develop new practices and new knowledge, we will share these with schools, libraries, museums, community groups, and school and holiday programs across Auckland so that they can adapt and improve their programs for children as well. After the specific 3-year proof of concept stage, we see opportunities to incubate an AUT spin-off consultancy to disseminate Creative Futuring for health across New Zealand and beyond.
For an ambitious project like this to achieve its goals, it needs to work in close and authentic partnerships with local organizations and individuals. I work with Healthy Families South Auckland, and we were very excited to create this opportunity together, as it would help us to extend our work, particularly in co-creating healthier futures with young people. The members of this team also collaborate with Heart Foundation, Te Kahui Ako o Manurewa, and the South Advantage Collective. Our goal is to build on these partnerships to learn from and with them to co-design the workshops and to collectively define the Health Futures project briefs, the necessary equipment, the training of tutors, and how to evaluate the program. Alternatives to consider with our project partners include running Creative Futuring in Auckland South Campus and coaching AUT students to tutor during semester breaks. The findings will be shared with local schools, libraries, and organizations such as the Middlemore Foundation, Garden to Table Trust, the Education Hub, the Southern Initiative, and district health boards, who are invited to advise projects, attend showcases, and prepare new Health Futures project briefs.
The ethos of this project draws from philosophies and theories that see the imaginative capacity to determine the future as a foundation of well-being. Faced with an increasingly uncertain future involving social, health, environmental, and economic crises, children find in Creative Futuring an open place to identify and exercise skills and mindsets to improve their well-being through creative problem solving. Crucially, this project views rangatahi as authentic co-creators of the program and the knowledge produced along the journey. Their voices shape the projects they choose, the technologies they use, and their ideas are shared with those in the local community who listen to them and learn from their ideas. The proof of concept stage is planned from 2021 to 2024 and requires around $250,000 per annum to fund the co-design of Health Futures projects with community, coaching of tutors, equipment and materials, and research expenses. So why us and why this project? This is an interdisciplinary team that has a shared commitment to the voices of young people in their creative futuring. Why is this project being suggested at AUT? Guided by the values of tika, pono, and araha, this project engages young people in an experience of learning that has the potential to open up new learning pathways, an engagement that is central to AUT's strategic directions. Kia ora for listening, and we welcome any future questions you may have on this project.